सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। प्रातः स्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरतात्मतत्त्वम् सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयम्। यत्स्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तमवैति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः। तपोभिक्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। बोधोऽन्यसाधनेभ्यो हि साक्षान्मोक्षैकसाधनम्। पाकस्य वह्निवज्ञानम् विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति। अविरोधितया कर्म नाविद्यां विनिवर्तयेत्। विद्या विद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्गवत्। परिच्छिन्ना इव ज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः। स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापायेंशुमानिव। अज्ञानकलुषं जीवम् ज्ञानाभ्यासात् विनिर्मलम्। कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत्। to that we saw that the human birth, human life is ajnana kalusham, full of ignorance. And it is strange that in the life of an animal or a bird or a plant, one does not even know that one is ignorant. Then there is no attempt to remove this also. So long as you do not know that you are sick, you don't go to the doctor to remove that. In the same way, until one recognizes that one has this unavoidable ignorance, till then one does not even attempt to remove that. So ajnana kalusham jivam, when an individual comes to recognize the impurity of ignorance, then the next step is jnana abhyasam, practice of ignorance, practice of knowledge. How do you practice knowledge? See, we have seen practice of medicine, practice of law, practice of so many other things. It is some action to be done. If I have learned medicine, then I go and then practice medicine on somebody. So I recall my knowledge about medicine, and then whoever is sick, and then I start practicing or using that knowledge. So how do you use knowledge of self on somebody else? No, it is not. That's what most people do. Once they learn Vedanta, they look for somebody to teach. Some student has to be there. Is that the jnana abhyas? No, it is to be applied on oneself. First is, as that boy was telling in that during our banquet time, first needs to be done is uchar, remember, uchar and then achar and then vichar and achar. But traditionally we see it as one has to first of all remember what one has studied, vichar. Then one has to follow that, it is called achar. Then comes prachar. Gurudev used to say, use the knowledge on yourself before you advise to others. Meditate daily before you give that as an instruction to others. So, jnana abhyas is of three kinds. Shravanam, Mananam, Tata Nididhyasanam. It is said in the Upanishad, Atma va are drishtavyaha, shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha in Brihadaranya Upanishad. First thing is, Atma va are drishtavyaha. One must visualize the self. One must, like in management world also, they say visualize and then actualize. First imagine what you want to achieve. Bring that into your mind's vision. This is what I want to achieve. In the same way here, first of all, drashtavyaha. One must visualize the state of freedom. One must visualize the state of pure happiness. And one must visualize the state of pure consciousness, awareness. So having that visualize the nature of consciousness, then with the intention to listen to that great knowledge, one should approach a teacher and shrotavyaha, listen to that words of the master. Having listened to that with great attention, mantavyaha, mantavya means one should do mathanam. Mantha, mantha means one has to do the churning, mathanam. That's why the last word is mantha. Churning has to be done. One has to, like, when you want to take the butter out of the ghee, butter out of the curd, one has to go on churning. Then only slowly that waterless substance will come up. In the same way, when you churn your ideas with your experience, continuously reflect upon pros and cons of this knowledge, the essence of that knowledge will come up. Just like that butter, even when you put back into the water, it will still float because of what? Dehydrated situation there. In the same way, the mind which has thus become clear about this knowledge will again, when it goes back to the world, would not get sunk. It will just still remain aloof. So therefore, mantavya. After having done the matanam or mananam, then one has to do the deep meditation, that is called nididhyasanam. That is called jnana abhyas. It is not practicing knowledge on somebody else. One has to visualize, then one has to listen, one has to reflect, and one has to meditate. So here, abhyasat ajnana kalusham jivam, contaminated by the ignorance, this human life, one has to practice the knowledge, and then that by that vinirmalam krutva, having that purified that mind, when the mind is devoid of this ignorance, jnanam swayam nashyet. The knowledge disappears itself. It doesn't stay anymore. So long as the knowledge is just a vicarious knowledge, it will be a burden. Just like you are traveling, let us say you are hiking in a mountain. And it's a long journey, therefore you are carrying food also with you in a small container, plastic container. You are carrying a food on your backpack. I'm telling you, as you start climbing only you know the heaviness of that backpack. Till you on the ground you will not know. As you start moving up and more and more and more, I don't need to carry all these things. So even a little weight will be a pain. So once you have reached a peak of this pain, because you cannot anymore take it, and it's tiring, very hot, you sit under a tree, open the packet and eat the whole thing. Drink the water also and throw away this plastic in a dustbin. If it is India, you throw anywhere, it doesn't matter. So you throw it in the dustbin. So, and after having eaten nicely, you take a rest. Now the backpack is less weight because that food has disappeared. You start walking freely. Now the peculiar thing is, what happened to the food? Earlier it was a pain to carry on the back, now where is it? Once it has become yourself, you have no more heaviness about it. Is it not? The heaviness of that food is no more, because once you have taken the food, once it has become you, then you don't feel the heaviness. In the same way, knowledge is a burden so long as it is merely an information. Once it has become part of you, advaitam chet, when it has become one with you, then there is freedom, there is joy. And thereafter you don't look for a person to give that advice. There is no need. For one is enjoying that knowledge oneself, there is no need for such a person to feel the feeling of the burden. So what happens is jnanam swayam nashyed. It does not mean it gets destroyed, it disappears into yourself. It is no more necessary for you to carry as an information, because it has done the job of transforming you. So therefore, jnanam swayam nashyed. Just as give an example, jalam katakarenu vat. Just like the kataka nut, which is used to clean up the water, finally it settles down and disappears into that very water itself. Because it has done the job of cleaning the water. It is no more necessary. Now, it is said, what is the kalusham? What is the ajnana kalusham? What is this defect of ignorance? How do we experience the impurities of ignorance? How do we experience it? Because if it is a physical sickness, it gives symptoms. And most people only symptomatic treatment only they do. Once the symptom is gone, okay, I'm fine. But the doctor knows that it may be now not expressing with any symptoms, but it is still there. Until you root it out, from the very root of it you remove, it will not go. So in what way the ajnanam, ignorance, is expressing in our life? That is said in the next verse beautifully, verse number 6. Samsara swapna tulyo hi ragadveshadi sankulaha swakale satyavat bhadi prabodhe satya sadbhaved. This world in which we live is unique to all of us. This world of matter which we see around us is not the same for everyone. Everything that we see in this world, tree and the plants and the animals and the mountains and the rivers, sun and the moon, the stars, the people, yesterday, today, tomorrow, all that thing that we see every day in our life, they are not same for everyone. We may think so. It is not. Each one of us look at the world with our own colored vision. And a thing which you like is the same thing somebody else dislikes. Gurudev used to say that a person wants to divorce his wife because he is so fed up with her. Another person waiting to marry her. What an irony. One is unhappy about the person, another person is waiting to marry that person. Where exactly is that joy? In the eyes of the person who wants to divorce, joy is no more. For the person who has not yet understood that, for him the joy is there. One example somebody said. So one psychiatrist, he took his students to a lunatic asylum. And he was explaining how any problems occur, etc. And then in one cell, there was a man who was tearing his clothes away, hurting himself, and scratching himself all over the body, etc. So the student asked, what happened to this person? So then that doctor said, he actually fell in love with a girl, and somehow she did not marry him, and he's become so depressed. The past 10 years he has been like this. Okay. Next cell they went. There was a person who was rolling on the ground, scratching on the wall, and hitting himself on the wall. A lot of bruises on his body. So I asked him, what about this person? And this is the person who married her. It is so peculiar. One person wants to marry one and could not marry, and he was depressed. Another person who married, he is also depressed. Now, if you see that joy, if you think it is in something, that is called raga. Raga is Ranjanat Raga. The very word Raga comes from the word Ranj, which means coloring. A colored vision. Where I do not see a thing as is, I have a colored or contaminated perception of a thing. What is that contamination or colored vision? I think the joy is in something. This is the coloring of the mind. So when this kind of a notion is there, that the joy is in something else, I do not see the object as is. Yathartha darshanam na bhavati. Yathartha, as it is, darshanam na bhavati. Your vision is not about a thing as it is. So, samsara, this word is swapna tulya. Tulya means equal to, like a dream. In a dream, you see what you want to see, what you want to experience. Because nobody else creates your dream. Do you think somebody else is creating your dream? Swamiji, the dream was so bad that I think my wife created it. Nobody is creating your dream. We are the architects or author of our own dream. And even though we are the author of our own dream, we are capable of being miserable in that also. We create our own dream, and in that dream also we want to suffer. So just like the dream, samsara is also full of what? Raga, dvesha, adi, sangula. It is full of likes and dislikes. Just like this world is, without the likes and dislikes, this world is same to all. When you look at the beautiful mountains, the beautiful sun and the sky, etc., it gives you joy because your mind is quiet. Another person who is also looking at the same mountain and same sun and moon, and he is having a personal problem with his own relationship, or he has a business problem, whatever, the same does not give him joy. Why? He has anger, he has frustration, he has agitation. So the world appears to be different for each one of them. Why it is so? Raga, dvesh, likes and dislikes. So Bhagavan Krishna says, we will also see in Gita, Matra sparshasta kaunteya Shridoshna sukha dukkadaha Agama payino nityaha Tam titikshasva bharata. When you come in contact with the world, it will give you pairs of opposites. Sometimes a thing is cold, sometimes it is hot. Heat and cold, joy and sorrow, likes and dislikes are unavoidable when you come in contact with the world. Bear them. Tolerate them. So here he says, raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. I take a rasagulla and look at it. What is it made of? Milk, sugar, water. Anything else? Why not you take them individually? When they have become together and that soft white thing, what a joy it is. So the joy, really speaking, is not in that particular object. In my preconceived idea, prejudice, this must be joy. So therefore there is a raga, there is a liking about it. Just the opposite of that is dvesh, hatred. An earlier experience that has created a kind of negative experience to me will cause hatred. Smaranatva, darshanatva. Shankaracharya writes it. It's because of you seeing it or you remembering it. So here, raga dvesha sangulaha. So therefore, this word of, that's why it's called samsara. The very word samsara means samyak sarati iti samsara. Because the word sar in Sanskrit means to flow. Saraswati, one who flows continuously. That is the word Saraswati. And that's why she is referred as knowledge. Knowledge should never stay in one place. It has to keep moving. Then only it will help maximum number of people. Just like money also, it has to move, is it not? Money stagnant in one place does not create economy. Huh? So that's why it's called currency. Do you know that? It has to be current. Current means it has to move. If I have $10 in my pocket, of what use is that? To whom? I'm not talking economics. If let us say I have $10 in my pocket, is it of use to anybody? I have only a notion, I have $10. Of what use to anyone? So I take the $10 and buy something, then it is worth. I buy a material worth $10, correct? Now that $10 has gone to somebody else's pocket. So that paper has given a value of $10 to me, whatever be the material. Now it is in somebody else's pocket. And that person, let us say he buys something else out of that, some other thing. Now that paper has added $20 value. Correct or not? Think of it. It has given me $10 worth of thing. It has given that person another $10 worth of things. Again, that moves to the third person, right? He also buys something else. It has given $30 worth of thing. Again, it moves to the fourth person, $40. So a single paper can be invaluable. It adds its value more and more when? Only when it moves. If it doesn't move, it's stagnant, it's gone. It's useless. Right? That's why it's called currency. It has to be current. Even current, it has to move, then only it will give it is power. But in one place, this light is burning because it's moving. The current is moving. Otherwise, it's not. Go and touch it, you will know it. Its movement you will realize immediately. Similarly, the knowledge has to move. Move means it has to become available to you at this moment. That is why it is called Pustakastha Vidya Parahaste Dhanam. Knowledge that is only in the book, money only in somebody else's hand is of no use to you. So knowledge has to be current. It has to move. It has to have power. That is why it is said that Raga Dvesha is nature of samsara. The word sar is what I was explaining. So samsarati means that which is continuously undergoing change is what is called samsara. In Tamil language, samsara is wife. I don't know why. This is my samsara. But samsara really means it is that which is continuously under change. So what you like today, next moment you may dislike. What you dislike today, tomorrow you may like it. This is how the world is. Raga, dvesha, raga, dvesha, raga, dvesha. And we always divide our own personal life into two parts. That which I like, that which I don't like. And they keep interchanging. Not only to you, another person also. So what you like, another person likes. That's how the whole world functions, isn't it? If I am selling something, it's because I don't like it anymore. And you buy it. And I like your money than the object. And you like my object than the money. So this is what samsara is. So samsara is like a dream. In what way? Full of likes and dislikes. If likes and dislikes are removed, you wake up. This is what happened with Bhagavan Buddha, Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Taponji Maharaj. All these great people, what is that enlightenment meant? they made that raga dvesha disappear from their perception. They opened to the new world. So, it is said, swakale, during the time when you are in that raga dvesha, satyavat bhadi. It appears to be so real. Just like dream. When is it real? So long as you are watching that. The moment you wake up, prabodhe, on waking up, sati, at that moment, asat bhaved, becomes unreal. You might have had the best of the dream, but once you wake up, the 14th Rasagulla, it was so good. Why did you wake me up? You scold your wife. At that moment, it was so nice. Wait, let me finish the 15th one and then wake up. So one man was dreaming. It was a terrible dream. He was being chased by a tiger. Running. He got exhausted, and that was behind him. And you cannot, what do you call? You cannot run away from it because it is very fast. So it is said that two friends were chased by a tiger, and they were running, and one of them said, we have to somewhere run in such a way that we should outrun that tiger. The other man was very smart. He said, I don't need to outrun the tiger, I just need to outrun you. Anyway, they were running. And he was running, and then finally that tiger caught him on the neck. They catch only here. He fell down unconscious. And there was utter silence for a while. Then when he woke up, he was awake, still alive. Woke up means in the dream itself he was awake. What happened to the tiger? He didn't kill me? He looked around, the tiger was sitting next to him. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi Brahma. Very religious tiger. So again he got up and started running. Again the tiger was chasing him. Again hit him. He fell down. Then he looked around. There is no point in anymore living, getting killed by this well. So there was a big well. He jumped into the well. Splash of water. He woke up. His wife was standing with the water. Get up. You have been sleeping too much and making a lot of noise. So he said, okay, now the tiger is standing in front of us. It's a human being now. Anyway, so now when you wake up, swabhode sati, at that moment, asat bhaved. At that very moment, it becomes unreal. So, therefore, it is said, samsara is like a dream full of likes and dislikes. During that time, it appears to be so true. But on waking up, everything becomes unreal. Just like in the dream, whatever you experience is only a memory, an imagination, unreal on waking up. So would be your world of likes and dislikes, because of which you are attracted to the world, or because of which you are angry about the world. On prabodhe, on waking up, one understands this world is same at all times. While in the time of creation also, even now and forever, it is beautiful, simple expression of the one reality. Yathartham, that person will have yathartha darshanam, samyak darshanam. He will no more have the strong pull and push of likes and dislikes. And therefore, any situation, wherever one is, whatever one does, one is so effortlessly joyful. That effortless joy is because nothing has changed in the world. Here, the change has taken place. No more likes and dislikes. So, why it is now appearing so real? Why that raga dvesha is appearing so real? It is because you never inquired it. That is why in Vedanta it is said, avichara kruto bandha vicharena nivartate. The world of bondage due to absence of thinking can go away only by right thinking. Avichara, unthinking. Kruto bandha, the bondage that is created due to no thinking or wrong thinking. Vicharena, by right thinking, nivartate, go away. We do not do any vichar. Without doing vichar, we go on doing prachar. When you are doing just a prachar, you are called preacher. You know the English word preacher? What does it mean? Prachar. You may preach, but you never reach. You are screeched to a halt. So here, why is it that the world of likes and dislikes appear to be so real? And is it real at all? That is the inquiry. So here in the 7th verse we see, Tavat satyam jagad bhati shuktika rajatam yatha yavanna jnayate brahma sarvadhisthanamadvayam. Tavat satyam jagat bhati. Actually in Sanskrit, yavat tavat. The pairs it should become. Yata tata, yasmin tasmin, yasya tasya. Meaning it has to be pairs. When, then, we use that. When I go there, then you come. When you use the when, then, yada tata. So in the same way, here, yavat, so long as, na jnayate, as long as na jnayate is, what is Brahma na jnayate? Or as long as you don't know Brahman, and as long as you do not know your real nature, tavat, that long, jagat satyam iti bhati. The world appears to be true. So long as you don't know who you are, the world outside will appear to be real. So long as you don't wake up from the sleep or dream, to that extent the dream will be real. When does the dream will become understood as to be dream? Only when you wake up you realize, oh, that was the real, unreal. This world is also equally unreal. There is a story, it is said Janaka Maharaj asked Ashtavakra Gita, that it comes. He asked his teacher Ashtavakra that yesterday in my dream I was a butterfly. And I was going from one flower to another and I was, going from different flowers and enjoying that. Then in the morning I woke up only to realize that I am the king. Now I have a question to you. Yes. The question is that as a king I am, Janaka, did I dream myself as a butterfly, or that butterfly is now dreaming itself as the king? Which is the truth? Is it me who dreamt myself as a butterfly, or that butterfly is now dreaming as a king? Which is the truth? Ashtavakra was a very, very, very smart guru. He said neither. Neither is true. Neither the butterfly is true, nor you as a Janaka is true. Both are dream only. From that standpoint, this is dream. From this standpoint, that is dream. Waking is a dream in sleep, in dream state. Dream is a dream in the waking state. You are neither that nor this. You are the reality. So until one realizes that this is also dream, one would not know that this is as impermanent as the one you had gone through during your dream. But Swamiji, we wake up to this. Is it not that dream is over? And when before I dreamt, this was real. This world of my responsibilities as a husband, as a wife, as a parent. But that parent is also apparent that you don't understand. That is also equally true. But when I went to sleep, this disappeared. When I dreamt, this disappeared. That became real. When I woke up, that became unreal, this became real. Which is real then? That or this? The true teacher will say neither of them are real. So that's why he says, so long as you do not know your real self, Brahman, this world also appears to be real. Yavanna jnayate Brahma, tavat satyam badi jagat. This world appears to be true. Example is what? Shuktika rajatam yata. Yata, just as Shuktika, which is a shell, rajatam iti badi. Like a silver it appears. You know, the example is given here as the mother of pearl. Mother of pearl, you know, from a distance when you see, it appears to be a silver piece that was lying on the ground. Only when you go near, you understand it is nothing but a water drop in a shell, which is due to the light, it appears to be very shining. As Gurudev writes here, as though, you know, I think in his example he gives. Snake and the rope, it is the same as this. Shuktika rajatam yata. Just like the silver appears, the mother of pearl appears to be a silver from a distance. When you go and inquire, is it so? It disappears. Just like the mirage water, when you are driving in the desert, there appears to be a reflection, and reflection cannot be without water. So you think that it's a water. You keep going, it will keep going away from you, because it's not there. So in the same way, this world appears to be true so long as you don't inquire. That's why some dashboards I have seen, they write this: catch me if you can. You've seen that? Catch me if you can. The world is continuously going away from you, making you run towards it. That's why they call it as a rat race. You know? In this rat race, even if you win, you are still a rat only. So this is a continuous rat race going on. So one is competing with another, that fellow competes with another, and then it keeps going. So, yavat Brahma na jnayate. What is that Brahman? Sarva adhishtanam advayam. Sarvasya adhishtanam is the substratum of everything. Advayam, one without a second. In other words, see, the Vedanta very clearly says, Advayam eva jnanam. Dvayam na jnanam bhavati. Advaita alone is called knowledge. Duality is not knowledge. For I come to know that the world is different from me, God is someone who created me, is not knowledge. Is it a knowledge? Everybody knows that. that I am created by the Lord, the world is created by the Lord, and I am part of this world, I am a created being, I am subject to birth and death. Anybody needs to teach you this? If somebody says, I created the world, then you start questioning, hey, you created the world? Because the child also asks this question, Daddy, who created me? God. Who created this world? God. Where was I before I was born? So the daddy says, my dear son, when you grow up, you will know. So his wife is behind him. You grew up, do you know? Shut up, keep quiet. So the child asks a question and it's simple, I think God created. Huh? One boy asked this question. He's got a young brother, just born. So he asked the mother, Mommy, how did this child come? Because the child was constantly crying, quack, quack, quack. So the boy asked, how did the child come? God created and sent. The boy said, I know why he sent, he can't tolerate this. Crying all the time. One boy went to church and came back and said to the mom, I learned that, we all came from dust. From the dust we came, to the dust we go. So next day, when the mother came to wake him up in the morning, he was not there in the bed. Hey, where are you? He was under the bed. What are you doing? Mommy, I think somebody is coming. A lot of dust under my bed. So the idea is, God created us. God created this world. Is it jnanam? Is there anything that you need to know about this? God created the world, the world was created by Him, and you are a part of this creation, you are subject to birth and death. That is not knowledge. Knowledge is to know the oneness. That me and the Lord are one and the same essentially. The world that I see is nothing but His expression. This is not known. Do I see myself in all this? Do I see myself in you? I know that I am different from you. Is that a knowledge? It is not knowledge. But to see myself in you, see that one in everything, see that one as the substratum of everything, that seeing that as Advayam, that is knowledge. Dvaitam na jnanam. Duality is not knowledge. Advaitam eva jnanam. Knowing that a non-dual presence alone is really called knowledge. Because it is said, Dvaitat bhayam bhavati. When duality is there, there is always fear. Because anything other than me is potentially a danger to me. Is it not? That one which is other than me is potentially harming me. Therefore, etasmin udaramantaram kurute tasya bhayam bhavati. It is said in the Upanishad, even a little difference you make with yourself and anything else in this world, potentially there is a fear. Potentially there is a harm and insecurity. So therefore, only Advaitam Abhayam. When you realize the non-dual nature, there is Abhayam. Abhayam, there is no fear. When only there is Abhayam, Anandam. only when there is no fear, there is real joy. You cannot be joyful with a person whom is potentially your enemy, potentially going to hurt. I am very happy about you, but I think is you are going to hurt me. That is not possible. Only when there is no fear, there is joy. And the fear is only when there is dvayam, dvaitam. So, advayam abhayam, abhayat, only by the absence of fear, anandam. So, therefore, sarva adhishtanam advayam anandam brahma iti yavat na janati tavat jagat satyam idibadi shuktikara chatamyata. So long as one does not see the self, Brahman, as non-different from oneself and as a substratum, thus long the world appears to be true, just like mother of pearl appears to be like a silver on the absence of inquiry. So therefore, vicharam kartavyam. Vicharaha kartavyam, meaning one should really think about this. Now, what is that advayam? See, going one by one, by step he will move. He started with saying jnanam is most important. Without that you will not. And then karma cannot make that knowledge. Karma is product of ignorance only. And once the knowledge takes place, it disappears by itself. It doesn't stay long. And what is this world? World is nothing but likes and dislikes. And then the world appears to be true so long as you do not know who you are. And that nature of you is non-dual self. And this world is also nothing but that non-dual presence appearing in different form. How is this that the non-dual Brahman is the substratum of this universe? Like for example, what is the substratum of the wave? You see the wave in an ocean. What is the substratum? Very core of the wave. Water, right? What is the very core of a bucket of water? Water. So water in an ocean, water in a bucket, both are essentially water. But in the ocean there is wave, but not there in the bucket of water. Why? Both are water only. Both are water, H2O. But in the ocean there are huge waves that appear, but not in a bucket of water. Therefore, there is what is known as substratum and what is known as support. The substratum of the wave is water. Support of the wave is the ocean. The large quantity of water. Correct? You understand? In the same way, in me as an individual, it is that same self which is present in the huge created world. The support for this manifestation of plurality and the support of me, there is an apparent difference. But the substratum of me is Brahman and substratum of the world is also Brahman. But in me, the support of me is called Jiva. And the support in that whole world is called Ishwar. Just like ocean is a name for a large collection of water. Pond is a name for the limited collection of water. Isn't that clear? Waves don't appear in a pond, but in ocean it does. So Ishvara is a larger manifestation of that Brahman as pluralistic world. The limited manifestation of the same one is Jiva. It should be clear in the mind. Therefore, it is in the next verse we read, Upadane kiladhare Jaganti Parameshware Sargastitilayan yanti Budbudani Vavarini. Upadane Akhila Adhare Jaganti Parameshware Sargastitilayan yanti. Sarga, creation. Sthiti, existence. Laya, disappearance. Yanti, they happen. Creation, sustenance, destructions happen. Jaganti, in this world, which is Parameshwar, which is the Lord. And who is what? He is the very material cause of the whole world. Upadana. Upadana means the material cause. Akhila Adhar is the very support. See, there is before the word Adhar or Adhishtan. Adhishtan is substratum, core. Adhar is support. Water is the substratum, ocean is a support. Water is the substratum, pond is a support. And the support, if it is large, then there is appearance of waves. Whereas here also the substratum is the same, but the support is my mind, a limited mind. So therefore, no, substratum is the same. Support is the manifestation. How does it manifest? When it manifests in a large form, it gives provision for waves to appear. When the substratum is same, but the support or the appearance manifestation is limited, then it doesn't lead to the varieties of things. So here, Parameshware, in that Lord, Supreme, Akhila Adhare, support of everything, Sarga Sthiti Layan Yanti. The creation, sustenance and destruction takes place. Example is Varini in the water, Bud Budhan Iva, like bubbles or like waves. Just an example, like waves appear in the ocean, like the bubbles appear, only to show that waves are so impermanent. They appear, and when they appear, you see it disappear. When they appear to be distinct from the water. Is it not? Huge wave appear. So you see, such a huge thing. What is it? From the top to bottom, everything is water only. But when they appear, it appears to be distinct from the ocean water. For a while it will be there, and then it just disappears. Similarly, the varieties of the worldly names and forms appear to be distinct from the substratum. The present condition is we see only the appearance and we do not see what is the substratum. We see the world of names and forms, we don't see the Lord. But the Lord alone is manifesting as huge mountains, various galaxies, stars, plants, animals, Human beings, sun, the moon, all these things, they are distinct from each other apparently, and they have distinct features also. They are all nothing but waves of manifestation of one single ocean water. So Parameshware Jaganti Akila Adhare, this Upadane Akila Adhare, Sarga Sthiti Layanyanti, Udbhudani Varini. So it's such a beautiful concept. We'll see it tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkhabhat Bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari